First of all, thank you for your attention, and I hope you are all doing well. What I have for you now is a video different from those that have come to the channel so far. I will present a different worldview. Thank you again, and without further ado, let's get to the point. I want to inform you that everything that will be shared here does not mean that I support wrongdoing. In no way should you follow a bad example. Take the good parts and absorb them to improve yourself as a person and achieve your goals the right way without disrupting anyone's life. I will tell you a somewhat controversial life story, different from what society has decided for you to follow, outside of normality, and show the positive aspects of certain thoughts, attitudes, and actions. The right sometimes seems like a joke and doesn't convey any positive ideas. Cowardice sometimes comes from the side you least expect, and justice even more so. I have always been a very observant person. I won't be a hypocrite. I have made many mistakes. I have failed myself and others. I am far from perfect, but I try every day to be better than the day before. I lived a life on the margins, which is where the term marginality comes from, I think. I was isolating myself. It wasn't anyone's fault, it was mine and only mine. I saw things I wasn't supposed to see. Everything I tell here, do not absorb the bad parts. I have always been someone who sought independence. From an early age, I tried to find a way to earn my own money to do what I liked. I didn't want to bother my father or my mother. Since I was a kid, I always accompanied my father up and down solving life's problems, bills to pay, things to buy to solve other problems, and helping him carry and organize things. I can't thank my father enough. He is simply the best father on the planet. Think of a guy who supports you in any circumstance just to see you well. My father is an integral person. He has his flaws like everyone else, because no one is perfect. However, he is a person that, if you have him around, you can only gain. Each day wiser. In this short life of 25 years that I have lived, I have not made the best decisions. I don't regret it, but it could have been different, of course, and healthier. I have always been active, with a purpose in mind to improve as a person. I was a party promoter for matinees, very young at 11 years old. I became part of the production and started to follow the behind the scenes and organize the place. The party house went bankrupt and I had to find something else to do. I already had a different mindset by then. This led me to know sex very early, drugs very early, alcohol, etc. after the party time. I found an opportunity to be a cashier at a restaurant. I stayed there until high school. When I was 17 to 18 years old, I left the restaurant and went to help my father as a general services assistant. I enlisted in the Army, and I wanted to serve, I really did, because I liked the idea of discipline and order. But then my profile was not what they were looking for, I believe. I'm 1.71 meters tall, not very tall, and physically I have always been active, with exercises up to date weighing 75 kilograms. They gave me excess contingent and I was dismissed. I was a little frustrated for not being accepted, but life goes on. I took a technical course in cell phone and electronics repair, finished the course. Remember I said my father was an extraordinary guy? Well, there he was supporting me in this risky endeavor, helping me buy equipment. A combi, yes, an old model combi from Volkswagen, to work inside it doing the technical services. It was making good money. I had my leisure activities. Yeah. I got to know what it means to have money, Some pretend to be your friend just to enjoy the benefits. Others make hasty conclusions and judge you in every possible way. The famous envy, like the lyrics of a song. Many come to surround you, to illuminate or steal your soul. Then came COVID, the pandemic era. A very unfortunate time, many losses. Things started to go wrong, and I had to abandon the technical work, sold the combi, still have some of the equipment. Who knows in the future? Right, my true self doesn't like to stay still. I have always liked to be active, productive, but in this situation my life started to become a mess. I started smoking like an idiot, made controversial friendships. Many will judge, but these are choices. Everyone has to sustain what they chose for themselves. In these friendships, I got to know what real crime is, not the crime you hear about. See on TV, movies, series, or bar conversations. I met a guy who unfortunately is on the wrong path, but he is a diamond to be polished and become an example to follow. I'm afraid he will get lost in this way. In this life, we have no certainty of anything besides death. I believe that if my projects here on YouTube work out, I will definitely bring this idea to him. If he wants to adhere and try to change his life, I will be very happy. In my relationship with this guy, he trusted me. He knew I was a person with a good heart. I never belittled anyone, always gave a hand, a support to others as much as I could at that moment. I was never arrogant, never disrespected anyone, always listened more than I talked. In conversations with this friend, he always passes a positive vision about the world. Never delay anyone, always justice first. Just because I am committing a crime doesn't mean I will be irrational and cowardly in my attitudes and actions. We have the philosophy of being good, without gossiping, belittling people, regardless of financial condition, race, color, etc. Everyone is equal. If someone is going through a bad time, try to pass a good vision to help them get up. Give them an idea to follow a path and try, at least try. Never put them down, never. Do not play the role of an executioner. You were not made to be bad. Do not repay with the same coin. As the saying goes, a rotten fruit falls alone. Understand both sides of the story. Do not judge. Put yourself in their shoes. Imagine. What if it were you going through that situation? How would you like to be treated? The contact with this guy made me want to research more about life. Believe that contact with a criminal, as society judges, I would call more of a rebel, rebelling against the system. A corrupt and flawed system since the beginning of civilizations. This has always existed. But that's not the point of this video. The contact with the criminal and the dialogues with him made me want to research more about life. Understand why humans make certain decisions and act in certain ways. Why act like this? I have always liked history, my favorite subject. I researched how life on Earth began, where we came from, why we evolved, where the first civilization was in its branches, and where we have passed through over the ages, up to where we are in the 21st century. In 2024, I concluded that humans have always been greedy, arrogant, and have always had a hunger for more and more. We have always been controlled by the rulers of each era. They want you to be dumb and easily controllable and hide many things from us. Simple. I started to notice the good people, and I don't want to generalize, of course. Many believe they are examples to be followed, and I saw that they may even have purchasing power, money, fame, but in many, belittling others and arrogance make them feel good. I know no one is obliged to anything, but pretending not to see a person, dismissing them as if they were less than you just because you have the means, making jokes about a situation, insulting. It makes you feel good to do evil. This person to me is dead inside. You only have money and nothing else. How can a criminal have more awareness of things, while a policeman, a businessman, a doctor, any worker out there just gossips? Doesn't have a productive dialogue. Nowadays, it's only football and trivial topics and bullying others. A 60-something-year-old elderly person acting like a 5-year-old, making jokes, thinking they're the funniest in the world and boasting about simply nothing. Instead of passing on wisdom and improvement to evolve as people and be true human beings, do not measure another's life with your ruler. They do not have to do what you did. No one is the same as anyone else. Follow your path. To conclude, I had the idea to create this channel and try to convey to you not to be empty and trivial like these people. Do not be frustrated, and do not waste your time speaking ill of others. This will only delay you and attract negative things to yourself. If you are going to talk about someone, tell something positive, give them good advice, be that positive push in someone's life. Do not put them down. If someone is bad to you, repay with kindness and make them rethink their attitudes. And in the future, they will thank you and you will have a clear conscience. That's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and follow our content. Stay well. See you.